the truth.
Start getting stops and start taking care of the basketball, and this team likes to get out and run. They think fifth in steals, and so we have to do a better job of, make sure we take care of the ball. It was unforced turnovers, just threw some bad passes, and which led to their transition. They had 18 and a half, so that's what that team likes to do. And they did it and do a great job of it. And so we were able to dig ourselves a hole, and then we just had to take care of the basketball and fight to get back out of it.
What can you say about the contributions in that second half from guys like Cook and Kuzma and Caruso and Dwight Howard too?
Yeah, Dwight once again being Dwight. Kuz and Quinn, Kuz just getting back, and so it's, I think he found his rhythm tonight, and also Quinn. Quinn has been trying to find his rhythm, and he did tonight. AC, played well again. So, games like this where we can throw our bench in, they give us energy, they come in and cut the lead and play well. It's a good team effort.
What do you think made it so hard for you to find a rhythm tonight on offense?
I just missed shots, and then I was in foul trouble. So it's hard to get in the rhythm when you're in foul trouble. You don't want to come in and force shots. I had a lot of open looks, and so then you start thinking, because you don't want to play too aggressive to get another foul. So that's all it was. But at the end of the day, we had guys come in, step up, and get the win.
LeBron was the first Laker since '87 with back-to-back-to-back triple-doubles since Magic did it. What do you think of that accomplishment?
He's doing what he do. He's playing out of his mind. He's leading his team. He's doing it all on both ends of the floor. He's making the right plays. He's going to the line, making free throws. He's making his jumpers. He's attacking the basket. He's finding guys. So he's playing at a high level right now.
What do comebacks against Dallas and Chicago do for your collective confidence and belief in the group?
Just knowing that anytime we get in a situation, we don't crumble. Obviously, we know we're going to have games where we struggle, and guys are going to struggle. But for us to know that, we can win from coming down, and obviously we don't want to play like that, the whole time. We don't want that to be our identity. Well, we're going to get down and just fight back, because it's not going to always happen like that, especially on the road. So we have to get off to better starts. Obviously, we're missing one of our key defensive guys, in Avery. But like I said, we'll take the win, but we got to clean up a lot of things.
LeBron said he was talking to you on the bench, trying to pick you up a little bit, and looked like some other teammates were doing that too. What resonated about those messages?
Just keep going. I was mad at myself because I kept fouling. I was in foul trouble. It's hard for me to help the team when I'm on the bench. So that's all it was. But they told me we got a long game. We got a whole nother half. Him, and DeMarcus and KCP, was the main guys telling me just keep playing. So I was able to make some shots down the stretch. And regain that confidence a little bit.
When that group went on the run to start the fourth quarter, you were every big shot, you were jumping up, running out onto the court. What was it like for you to watch them do that?
It was fun because Kuz's been trying to find his rhythm, and QC been trying to find his rhythm, and so these guys, stepped up, played well, found the rhythm, and got us back in the game. And so it was a good moment for us. Dwight, being Dwight, JaVale played well. AC coming in, Troy, So anytime, our bench come in and do great things, I want to be the first one off the bench cheering those guys on, running on the court, jumping up and down, because it gives them confidence as well. So, we one big team. No matter who's on the floor, we got to have guys come in and play, and we should be able to throw anybody in the fire, and we did that tonight, and the guys stepped up.
Playing back here, what do you make of the some people got? Well, what was pretty simple comments that you made about Chicago, and a lot of people got excited about that. What do you make of that here in this city particularly?
Basketball city. They looking for that guy.
So get you guys back in the game.
AC, TD, QC, Dwight, and Kuz is they made up for their first half performance. No, but they were great, man. They were great. We started the fourth quarter down 13. Cornette hit a huge three at the end of the third, and kind of just took the momentum away because we was playing well. We got some stops down late in the third, and we didn't get a couple good looks offensively. But in the fourth quarter, those guys just turned around and they started on the defensive end, and Kuz got in the rhythm, and that's what he's capable of.
I have to imagine that's a good sign moving forward for you and AD to be able to be on the bench and have other guys that make up some of that, because Frank's been staggering you for the most part. Can that be sustainable going forward?
Every game is going to have different challenges, and that's what we have our depth for. You know, there's going to be games where, you know, obviously me and AD been staggered. As a coach, you know, it works well for us. But tonight, you know, AD was in foul trouble. I had pretty much played the whole third, and it caused for us to both not be starting in the fourth quarter. And those guys came in and gave us a huge push, and we needed every minute of it.
It's 3 triple-doubles for you on this road trip, plus defense has been effective. Frank was just talking about it again. What's the mindset been here to get this team off to this start, and where's your focus been?
Try to win every game.
Obviously, Kyle had a huge role in winning this game, but for him to have a positive performance like that, what do you think it means for him, and how does it reassure you going forward in the season?
I think he just slowed down in the second half. You know, I think, you know, that's the Kuz that we know. I think in the first half he was kind of rushing a little bit, had a couple turnovers, and just was playing a little fast. And, you know, the one thing for him, he can't try to just get it all the way back in a couple games. I think it will slowly, you know, continue to get back. I mean, he hasn't played since before he stopped playing USA basketball, you know. So as a competitor and as good as he is, you know, I know that as well. I tried to get it all back last year after I tore my groin when I first came back in the Clipper game. And you're really going to be off a little bit, and you just have to continue to go through it. But Kuz he's going to be a great piece for our team. And he showed that tonight. Why? I mean, offensively and defensively, he was just so in tune, and everybody else that was on the floor as well.
Frank said that on the bench, the guys were talking about how, hey, we have the #1 defense in the league. We can string some stops together. How is the fact that you guys have been able to have this success? I mean, can you lean on those past performances to kind of find it on a night you don't necessarily have it in the same way?
We are a defensive team, and we want to be that. We want to be the best defensive team in the league. And we can hang our hats on that. No matter we're playing well offensively, we know that we can get some stops, string some stops together that can allow us to get back into the game as long as we don't turn the ball over offensively. And pretty much we did that in the second half. Well, the second half of the third quarter going into the fourth.
You mentioned Quinn's role in the fourth quarter. One of the threes he hit put you guys up 7 after being up 4, and you found him in the corner. They called timeout. You guys had a brief exchange. What allowed you to find him on that play?
You know I attract a lot of eyes, and you know, I was in the post, and I was able to spin middle and fake and look like I was going to the hoop. And once I rose and like I was going to the hoop, everyone shifted. Everyone started looking at the hoop like I was going to shoot it. And out of my peripheral, I seen QC, who's one of the best catch and shoot guys in the NBA. You know, sitting in the dead corner, and he knocked it down.
What are some of the keys to getting these triple doubles? What happens for you as you playing the game out?
I don't know, just trying to be in the right place at the right time. Being a triple threat on the floor, you know, I trust my teammates to make shots. I just try to put the ball on time and on target. And they've been doing that defensively. You know, trying to rebound as much as I can, even though I'm playing the point guard position. And then scoring, just trying to read the defense. You know, pick my spots. You know, and just try to be aggressive. So. You know, it comes with team success for me. You know, a triple-double means absolutely nothing to me if it's not in a win. You know, this is 3 wins for us, and I feel pretty happy about the way we performed.
Some of what Dwight is doing is just obvious athletically, the putback dunks and such. But what is he doing fundamentally on defense to kind of keep you guys locked down?
The rim, protecting the rim, communicating on pick and rolls, just being his length, his athleticism, and his communication has been very good. To be the anchor in our defense, because he's the back line. He sees a lot of the action that's going on and sees a lot of the action that's happening. And this is a pick and roll league, so he's in a lot of those actions. But he's been great.
AD obviously had a tough start to the night, and there were times when he was on the bench and looked a little down. Did you have any conversations with him? Did you feel like you needed to say anything to him about that?
Yeah. Oh, you want to know what I said, huh? I told him nothing matters. Whatever happened in the first half, just flush it down the toilet, and he's going to make some great plays in the second half, especially in the fourth. And he did exactly that.
Well, they had a strong finish to the third quarter. I think that that unit, the 5-man unit that was in there, Quinn, Alex, and Troy, Kuz, and Dwight, you know, they deserve the game ball. Obviously, they turned the game around with that big run in the fourth. JaVale had some strong minutes toward the end of the third. That was also a factor and help us get a little momentum. And, you know, obviously our big guns took us home. But, you know, AD was in foul trouble. Braun was exhausted. I wanted to get, you know, both of those guys needed to stay on the bench, and other guys needed to step up. And they did, you know. So it was a great team win for us.
How about just Kuzma specifically with it? You're trying to get him into rhythm, trying to keep his minutes on the floor to be able to go off like that.
Yeah, well, we know he's capable of that, right? And it's no surprise to anybody. I think he had 12 points in the third or something like that, something during that stretch where he made some big buckets and, you know, carried us. And that's, you know, that we've been proceeding early in the season with wanting to have LeBron or Anthony on the floor at all times. And having Kuz back and we get Rondo back, we can allow those guys to rest more and to have opportunities where they're both on the bench because one of those guys can step up and carry the load like Kuz did.
Kind of an old NBA adage that if you can find a way to win when you don't have your best game to start, it says something about your team. Do you feel that? Did you see something tonight?
Yeah, you know, I like that, you know, as they were up big and we were trying to climb back in it, our guys on the bench were talking about, you know, we got the #1 defense in the league. And when you got the #1 defense in the league, you can string together some stops. And, you know, we started that fourth quarter really strong and, you know, gave us an opportunity to make some big shots in the fourth.
Your guards really were struggling against their guards and giving up turnovers early. What do you think kind of changed about that later in the game, and where did those guys kind of seal that up?
Well, look, this is all we talked about for 2 days with the Chicago Bulls is their defensive activity and their ability to force turnovers. They show aggressively on the pick and rolls. Their guards are overextending in passing lanes, and they're 5th in the league in forcing turnovers. So, you know, a lot of times you can talk about it all you want, and you don't really feel it, you know. And in the first quarter, we knew it was coming, but we didn't really handle it that well. But as the game wore on, we just got a little more used to it, a little more comfortable with it, understood what we had to do in terms of ball security, and we're able to secure the win.
Is it nice for you to see Quinn have a game like that?
Oh, I love that kid. You know, he plays so hard and tries and works to do everything you tell him to do, and he's a good player. And, you know, Alex's defense has been exceptional of late, so he's been getting those minutes. But, you know, we've all been trying to make sure Quinn stays lifted, and that's all when we came in. Hey, every NBA game is different. You know, I mean, one night you might get 4 or 5 minutes. The next night you're called upon to play a bigger role, and that was tonight for him, and he stepped up big time, had some big threes, and made some big plays.
We spoke this morning about LeBron's passing, and he found Quinn in the corner to boost the lead from 4 to 7. Did that pass stick out to you at all, LeBron?
Remember, well, he had the and one, right? I don't know if that was from LeBron. That was from LeBron. Yeah, I mean, that's our vision, is to put shooters like that around LeBron James. You know, he's the best driving kick.